Running a campus is expensive. Buildings and staff chip away at my bank balance, and I know that all it's going to take to burn through all my cash is a request for a new supercomputer. Why can't they just be happy with all the live owls I added to the dormitories? The acquisition of wealth is, however, not the ultimate goal of Two Point Campus. Each of the 12 missions has bespoke main objectives and plenty of dynamic ones. But at their heart, the goal is to create an efficient temple to academia that shits out happy, A+ students across a range of courses, from gastronomy to espionage. Compared to Two Point Hospital, which is purposefully chaotic and tangled, it seems pretty sedate. But then I took over a struggling wizardry school. It started off simple enough. The school already contained some dorms and other essential rooms, leaving me to add what I felt the place needed. Before long, my arcane academics were bouncing from lecture to potions class, no problem. Sure, sometimes a witch would transform a few students into pumpkin-headed weirdos, but the impact seemed minimal. Until it didn't. Near the end of the first term, the curses had piled up to the point where a significant portion of my students were on the fast track to failure. Amid the crisis, I came alive, squashing and averting disaster after disaster. It wasn't until I was on the cusp of completely losing control over my campus where things just clicked, and it started to feel like a proper successor to Two Point Hospital. Things absolutely do get trickier if you're trying to get more stars, however. Each mission has 3 to earn, and 3 sets of challenges associated with them. But you only need a single star in each to progress. Though, completionists will also unlock more items to help create a content campus, as well as getting more opportunities to earn kudosh, a secondary currency that can be spent on unlocking new decorations and classroom tools. Less helpful is the UI. I encountered a few situations where I had to do things like raise the attractiveness of the campus while being given inaccurate information. The difference was just a few percent. And this isn't the kind of management game where a lack of precision is fatal, but you do expect to trust what the game is telling you. Where Two Point Campus gets top marks is the novelty of its challenges. Ultimately, there's not much difference between educating chefs and spies because, no matter what the course, they'll still need tutors, lecture theatres, and places to complete assignments. The differences come in the form of challenges. The spy school, for instance, is constantly being infiltrated by moles, who have to be rooted out and expelled. If anyone brings out a camera or puts their finger to their ear, then you are to give them the boot. If this was present in every mission, it would outstay its welcome pretty soon. But by giving each mission a new, eccentric wrinkle, Two Point Studios keeps them from getting stale. There is, of course, so much more about Two Point Campus than the conundrums it provides. A bit of pressure is imperative, but equally as important is the silliness. Countless visual gags keep things interesting, and radio plays, adverts, and announcements are constantly blaring out of the PAs, spitting out jokes and ridiculous anecdotes.
University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt.
With the rise of survival management sims, the genre has grown a lot more demanding. So I very much enjoy being able to appreciate some of the slapstick shenanigans instead of being informed that 20 people have died from malnutrition. I do think that Two Point Studios missed a trick by not giving the students much individuality or personality though. There are goths, jocks, cyborgs, and wannabe superstars, but their needs are mostly generic, as evidenced by the goths who asked me to plant flower beds and benches so they can enjoy the outdoors. That's not to say there are no personality traits, but they're all things like being unhygienic or not liking homework, which simply makes them worse students rather than more interesting ones. But to be fair, this might be exactly how real university administrators feel. So, Two Point Campus doesn't really rock the boat, fitting firmly into the mold of its predecessor, but replicating one of the best management games of recent years is a smart strategy. Genuine surprises are few, and I hope the UI flaws are fixed promptly. But this is still a guaranteed good time, bursting with energy, charisma, and slapstick shenanigans. You should definitely consider enrolling.